We have had pretty average weather up this way lately, constant strong winds making it almost impossible to dive. We found a weather window, so me and the bro Jay went up the coast for a snapper hunt. Upon entering the water I found a massive school of blue mau mau, something I wouldn't normally see unless I was at an outer island. There were hundreds of the things, so I got some footage of them. I noticed a good looking ledge near where the mau mau were, and just knew there had to be snapper nearby. Peeking over, I've seen a couple of nice fish on the gravel, but my reaction time was pretty slow. The coastline had quite a sheer drop from the shore, and I've quietly kicked along, hugging the cliff face and trying to stay in the shade. A snapper started to approach me before turning abruptly and taking off. A rock has appeared in front of me, so I've taken a dive to see what was on the other side. I got such a surprise when the snapper was resting almost on top of the rock, and I've managed to put a holding shot into it. Normally I try and make sure the shots I take will result in minimal suffering for the fish, so I felt a bit bad about this one. I was pretty lucky to land that. Just got it through the tail. So yeah, very lucky. I thought they actually lost it for a bit there. Pretty lucky to land that one. It's gone through mid-tail and out the other side. At the next spot there wasn't much happening, so I cracked open a few kinner and chucked it over the ledge. When you're doing this, make sure you're not haunting the ledge, otherwise the snapper won't come in. I had a bit of a rest on the rocks and then got back in to check the kinner. Lots of pannies were eating the kinner, so I took this fish with Jay, who wasn't seeing many snapper. Alright, it's the next day now. I've had the fish in the chili bin overnight, just sitting on ice. It just helps with the filleting if they're a bit colder, and kind of sets the flesh a bit better as well. So here they are. I normally just gut them, take the gills out as well. A few weeks later we got a weather window to hit Barrier, a spot I'd always wanted to go back to after seeing some awesome sights early in the year. Got the bed all set up in the back of the troopy. We're off to Omaha tonight, and we're just going to sleep in the boat ramp car park, and yeah, hopefully get an early start to Great Barrier. I was a bit blocked up in my sinuses, so I couldn't really do too much. I've shot a car wire for burley, then put it over a good looking ledge. I buggered off to see what else I could find, but I was pretty limited on what I could do due to my sinuses. Returning to the burley, I could not believe what I was seeing, and the GoPro didn't quite do justice to all the mayhem on the burley. There were many big fish mooching around on the kahawai, and I've sat on top of the ledge trying to figure out which one I should target.
This world will be shaken by a whisper.
It put up a massive fight, taking over 25 metres of reel line. Couple on the burley. I don't know what one to take, but yeah, pretty stoked with this one. We smoke it up tomorrow. Just had a few comments and questions about me sometimes taking those bigger fish in the population. Just a bit of background to my situation. So I recently moved up to Northland from Wellington, and we wouldn't get snapper down there year round. So hunting these fish is still a really big thrill for me. They're really challenging, so I'm still really enjoying the hunt. I'm not doing this every dive I go out. I'm just showing you guys the better days I have, and I'm not showing you guys the countless hours of me chasing these fish and going home with nothing. A fish like the one I shot yesterday, that's going to last me probably about 2 weeks, maybe a bit longer. I whacked the fillets off, smoked the head, smoked the wings and the frame as well. So getting that fresh fish means I don't have to go to the supermarket to buy my meat. I'd normally just limit myself to one big fish a dive, and then once I've got that, I often just go film them, go set a burley and just watch them feed, or just go sneak up on them over ledges. People say they find the big ones a bit chewier. I personally actually prefer the big ones. I like the big flakes on them and the thicker, chunkier fillets that come with them. It's great that everyone's got opinions on it. It creates some valid discussion around what we do and what we take from our oceans. So I really support that. Thanks for tuning in, guys. That's all for today. So yeah, thanks for all your support, and yeah, see you in the next one.